Okay, fire party. À, thì hiện tại là mình cũng không thấy bạn nào, chưa thấy bạn nào join hết. Chắc là mọi người bận rộn. Yeah, okay. Everybody has today maybe is busy. It's the last day of Lunar New Year, and um, everyone are preparing for Lunar New Year and preparing for that. Uh, And it's an exciting time because like I remember growing up and every day waiting to uh, want to wait until that so I can really uh, have lucky money and stuff. So um, this is an exciting time for kids, and remember the time that you were a kid and how excited you are, like when Lunar New Year comes and you don't have to go to school. Uh, and you got lucky money, and then you got a lot of food and travel around. And I wish my son can feel that too. Anyway, it's a fire a party. So fire concept is the concept that just in the recent newsletter I I wrote about. So uh, fire is a short um, is a short saying of financial independence, retire early. And if you don't want to retire early, it's okay too. But basically, you can be financial independence, so you don't really have to go to work at the job that you don't want to. But if you love your job, yeah, hey, or you love your business, hey, you can continue doing so without burdens of financial, right? So let me share my screen here. So uh, this is the first newsletter I ever sent out for cash flow hackers. I call it cash flow hackers because um, as somebody who been doing real estate and be a landlord for the past 3, 4, 5 years, I realized that in this business is not a lot of cash flow, right? Um, and And in order to do cash flow, you kind of like have to do another active business on top to have cash flow. And cash flow is kind of like everything. So from my learning of the past few years about this fire, financial independence and retire early, uh, fat fire, right? Fat fire is for the people who have a high salary and they want to retire in, let's say, a $10,000 per year, or 20,000 dollars per month, or $20,000 per month. Uh, so kind of like fat fire is like you really enjoy your life and really not worry about anything financial. Lean fire is different. So lean fire is somebody that can live a really minimalist living and save up so they can really be free and don't have to work. However, they cannot spend on anything. That they quit uh, their job, right? They can travel, but they can bartending or do something um, to 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 um, to help. So um, there's a lot of young people these days that they work for a little bit and they roll up, like they save up and they want to travel. So when they travel, they also work to support the travel, right? So that's called a lean fire. Hi, Wendy. How are you doing?
Hi, Sophie. I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. How's the last day of Lunar New Year for you?
So far, the same every day.
Yeah. Uh, for, but tomorrow is the weekend, so I think that's the first day is dead tomorrow. So I think there's a lot of
Fun.
activities. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Ah. So you in Gallant, I might stop by to ask for my red envelope.
Sure.
Yeah, I was just explaining about the fire movement. Um,
Okay.
yeah, fire stands for financial independence and retire early. And there's like three type of fire. So some people can do a lean fire when they're young. They work for a little bit, they save up, and then they can live on a budget and travel and spending like so if somebody's spending just $25,000 a year, right? And then they have an investment that can make that amount dividend for them a year to really live that lifestyle, then they are free of job. Same with similar to the barista fire. Barista fire means you can do a side hustle or some small business, like do your passion project, but generate a little bit of money and don't have to work for someone at a traditional 9 to 5 job, but still have the flexibility to do whatever you want, but not full time, like not fully free of working. And the fat fire is something that a lot of people want, right? So like $20,000 per month of passive income is a lot of people goal, especially when they have a family. But I know like some younger people, they want to have like $10,000 of real passive income, let's say, right? So that is kind of like a fat fire. And recently I want to share with all of you that I went to business mastery, and this is the workbook that I have in there. So in Tony Robbins Business Mastery, you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So in the Business Mastery, they teach that the formula of wealth is you have to have some money and you have to have an effective investment strategy and you have to give it time so it can compound roll to a certain amount, and it will bring your financial freedom. So basically, you have to set some money aside and use an effective investment strategy, and you have to give it time as well. So when I was younger, I couldn't think of a longer time. So I was really just want to invest in something that gonna help me, like gonna make a quick return or something. I didn't understand really about the compound growth of it. So even you don't do anything, the money should keep compounding over time. And the secret is you have to give it time. You have to contribute money to it, but you have to kind of give it time as well. So uh, that's like I learned now the power of time. And uh, so he teach like in business mastery. He's also teach us to don't be a chess piece, but be a chess player. So a chess piece is like you work for somebody, but you really have no control. Don't think of the whole game you're playing. But when you're a chess player, you understand that you are a money making machine right now. So when you are making money, you get paid. And if you spend all the cash, it's just gone. And if you take some portion and you can accumulate over time and you can just save it up to a certain amount of money, then you can start to use that to invest. And with the effective investment strategy, it will earn a percentage that allow you to pay yourself an income, like passive income. Real passive income is investment making money for you. So it will eventually free you out. So you don't have to be the money making machine anymore. And you can decide it, what you want to do for your life. So, chị Wendy, I think you also did a lot of investment, right?
Just some.
Just some, yeah. So did you do some like investment like this, like passive investment like this?
I'm not sure about that, but syndication.
Mm. Did you do stock, right?
No, not in stock.
No, you're not in stock either. Yeah.
No,
So are you in real estate?
kind of in with bigger pockets.
Mm-hmm. So you have rental houses?
No, I just joined a group of syndication.
You're joining a group of syndication.
Yes,
Ah, okay. So you know about syndication.
a little bit.
That's right. That's right. So what a syndication does?
A group of people like put in the money in, and a few people in the group will control the money and buy real estate or commercial building and rent it out. And
Yeah.
when they make the difference, they pay us, or like some kind of contract. They're gonna pay you like a certain percentage of
Mm-hmm.
the money you put in, like monthly or yearly, depend on your contract.
Mm, okay. Yeah, that's awesome. So it's kind of like you invested in a fund, right?
Yes,
What does the
it's
fund does?
it's still related to real estate though.
Okay. So they buy real estate and they rent it out. Is it like
Yes, yes.
a short-term rental fund or something?
Long term.
Long-term rental fund. Yeah, yeah. But single family house, right?
Single or could be apartment, like commercial building too.
Mm, okay, okay. Yeah, so that is great. Like they will give you the return um every quarter maybe, every month, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So you kind
And you
of
can
like
and you can put that little return back in your principal.
hmm
Yeah,
hmm
and they will like compound.
it's compounding. Yeah, yeah, that's the secret because the power of compounding is just so much that uh we can't even imagine.
Yes,
And I think that's in stock as well, like a lot of that compounding. But the thing is, we need to imagine what does free life look like for us. And for someone, it could be $10,000 a month. For another person, could be $20,000 a month. And to be able to generate that amount of income, I think there's so many different tools to use. But as long as like you save up and you really set aside the money to invest, then you're really on the path to wealth. A lot of people ask me, if don't have any money at all, how can I invest? I think if you don't have any money at all, then go get a job, right? It's like you have to you have to generate money first in order to invest. Um, of course, you can invest your time and kind of like do wholesaling, do be a realtor, so so that you can generate some income. Then first we need income, and then when after we spend all the money for our life, then we can save up, and that amount of saving up, I think, is critical to really get into the financial freedom. So, and another interesting thing is, like in the business. So a lot of people that I know running a business and a real estate business, right? So we put money in the business, but we never set aside a freedom fund for ourselves. So we don't pay ourselves any money. And we could keep working and working. And we're running this rental and are we running a restaurant? I was running a restaurant. I pay myself just to enough to survive, but I didn't pay myself enough. So, and when I go to business mastery, what they teach is you really have to pay yourself because you are the mom and the business is the baby. So if the mom is not okay, then who's taking care of the baby? So they really ask us to measure our finance and then pay ourselves. So that's the one big step to really go into become a business owner. And it's a must. So it's not even negotiable. And another thing I learned is for the asset allocation also. So in the asset allocation, we have to have different buckets. There's a bucket of security, peace of mind, low risk, low return investment that should be like our cash or our it could be in cash, could be in IRA, it could be 2 to 6 months overhead of the business, but you have to put it in some way that is kind of safe, just like bonds or treasury bills or any guarantee investment like private debt or mortgage lending. So you hold on to the assets. So if I land on a single family house and I am the first lien holder on that house, so it's pretty safe as long as I land maybe 60-70% of the market value. Then I always can foreclose on that property and my money is safe. And a lot of people say that bonds could be safe, but it's actually some bonds, like some government bonds, even like Greece bond, they just lost, and nobody pay those bonds. So for myself, in the security peace of mind, I set 15% of my bucket. So our me and my husband combined asset, we set 15% is in the security and peace of mind area, and we decide that we do put 70% of our asset in the growth and more risk, but more return investment with a lot of upside. But of course, it could be a lot of downside as well. And in there, there's a lot of things like stock, index, fund, gold, silver. We haven't do any gold, silver, but we have a lot of stock and real estate. And I think those are the most common one. And cryptocurrency, I have a little bit as well, very little. And other alternative investment, like invest in a business. For example, if somebody, the company is not published, like go public yet on the stock market, but it's a company that I believe and trust, I can invest in them, and that is another alternative investment that you can hold into the growth bucket as well. And the biggest people in the financial world, like Ray Dalio, he say that at some point, one of these investment will lose 50% or even 70% in our lifetime. It's gonna happen, and we don't know when. So don't get attached to anything so much. So you can have like different things in there. So let's say when stock is crashing, you still have real estate, and when real estate is like crashing, you still have stock. So it's a good way to structure the portfolio. And then another thing is the dream bucket, right? The dream capital where you can really feel like you have a life. So saving up money but having no life, so also really draining. So for the dream capital, it could be like short term or a little bit longer term. Like, okay, I want to have I want to buy a let's say a Tesla Model 3 this year, right? So this is a
Wow.
dream capital. No, not me. That's my husband. So he ordered. He ordered. He will have it in March. Um, but that is something that we would really want. I think that his dream car, and it's important to sorry, important to really have the dream capital so you can have the mm,
Bless you. Did you sneeze or cough? I can't tell.
I cough. So sorry.
Oh,
One
okay.
sec. So for the dream capital, we put 15% of our portfolio. Um, I, I want to spend more money on adventure or experience, so it can make us feel uh, rewarding for all the work what we do, and also for contribution to donate. I usually donate to mindfulness course, like to meditation centers, Buddhist meditation center, or I donate to recently I donate to Merisi, uh, the organization that help fighting human trafficking, especially for the girls in Asia and kind of Middle East Asia. So these girls got sold to become prostitutes, and this
Mm.
organization tried to help them um, get out these gangs controlling them and making them like they make money by selling these girls, right? So those are the costs that I contribute to, and I also want to spend on like having a really nice house someday for my mom, uh, for my family. My husband loves having nice houses and nice design and stuff, and uh, and I would love to spend money on, flying business class or even flying charter one day. So that is like the dream capital. Without this, it's hard to earn more money, do more, but never get rewarded anything. So, um, so that is something that I learned about. Even like learn more about the FIRE thing, the financial independence and retire early. So, chị Wendy, what about you? What is your if you like? Do you have a dream capital, dream bucket?
Not really, because I feel like I have another year for the syndication contract. So far I don't have any plan in mind. But I really don't want to do 8 to 5 anymore. So I should
Oh,
look into that.
do you still have a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, hai Tú
Hi
là
chị,
từ ta.
how you doing?
Tú, how are you doing? I'm doing well.
You really
Are you
active
calling
recently,
from?
huh?
Are you doing calling from San Jose?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that the Tet celebration is very big there and very nice.
Yeah. But I'm 40 minutes from San Jose. So,
Uh-huh. 40 minutes from San Jose. Oh, okay, okay. Uh, yeah, you doing anything for tonight?
um, probably just visit my parents-in-law.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. So chị Wendy and I we were talking about like the fire movement, and then I asked chị Wendy whether she has dream bucket because there's three bucket that we I was talking about. Like I learned
Mm-hmm.
from my recent business mastery that
Mm-hmm.
the the dream bucket is the kind of like the must because that inspire you to do even more. So there's three bucket. One is like safety bucket where you know that money will never lose. And then another one is for growth, but also take risk to grow. And this one is for dream. So for my dream capital, I put like 15% of whatever our saving to do.
Okay.
So it's not like the spending every day, but it's like something that you really inspire you to, when you have that, it inspire you to do more. So when they say that she doesn't really have a dream bucket, what about you?
When did you start this fire retirement?
So so I learned about this, right? And I learned about this, and then it just for business owner like us in the show you back the formula of wealth that in Tony Robbins business master Mike I learned, right? It's so simple, but we forget all the time.
Yeah.
You just need to set aside some money. You just need to use an effective investment strategy, and you leave it, like you give it time and let it grow compoundly over the years. It's so simple, but we just forget, and we just stuck in our business or our 9 to 5. And for really the so for the asset allocation, I showed this to Wendy already. And we have 3 buckets. And the first bucket is security, peace of mind, usually like 2 to 6 months overhead for a business, or you have to have some cash, or your IRA. Those are like you want them to be in a safe place, which is like a private lending situation. You can lend on a house, right? Or you can have like a invest in bond or treasury bills, or anything guarantee that you never lose it. But for not a bucket is a real risk. At some point, one of these might crash, like stock might crash, index fund might crash, real estate might crash, right? Crypto even crash more, right? But they have really good growth when they roll. They roll really well. So treasury bill and bonds, those are like, we're talking about like 2% or 5% at most.
Just like nothing, right?
Yeah, like nothing. So for me, I put 15% in that, because when you're younger, you can take more risk because we still work and we still have like income coming in. So I see a lot of people put a lot of money into the security when they're young, which is a waste. But if they don't have any security, also it's very risky. They have to start all over again, like all money in cryptocurrency. Some young people I know like that, right? And so that's like I put actually this bucket, the security, I put it in mortgage, so more like lending on top of real estate. So if you are the first lien holder of the property, it's pretty safe. And for this, I put so we have around like almost half, no, not half, like 30% in stock and like 70% in this bucket in real estate. And we have like maybe 2%, 1% in cryptocurrency. We don't have any like gold or silver or anything, but we're looking to the real estate. We're looking to transition from being active real estate to really active real estate and have equity in this single family house to really like kind of like inside a fund or inside the syndication that we're doing, and it become really passive. So with business mastery, I learned a lot about like how to measure. Even we own a business, we don't measure our finance really clearly, so we never pay ourselves. And because we don't pay ourselves, we don't have money to invest for our future. So if we don't invest for our future, we never reach the even the bucket, the dream capital. So we never really reward ourselves doing anything. So that's why like when we don't reward ourselves or really do things that inspire our soul, like when I give money, I feel awesome. Like I feel like flying. Like when I give money to philanthropy, I give money and I know that I can save, let's say $500 can save a girl out of the prostitution. Then when I give 5,000, I was like, oh my God, I saved 10 girls out of prostitution. And that is like something that even inspired me to go out there and make more money.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's why the dream capital is so important. And it should make your life so easy because uh at the end of the day, uh you have to reward yourself. You have to reward yourself. You have to take care of yourself first because you are the mom and the dad of the business. And the
Yeah,
business is the
that's
baby, and
true.
you could keep feeding the baby, but the mom and dad is like starving.
Yeah, it's
You
true.
cannot raise the baby. Yeah. I'm not sure you've been to any Tony Robbins event before.
No, I never.
Never. Yeah. So this is business mastery quite helpful. It's focused on really help you to become a business owner instead of a business operator.
Mm,
Yeah. And I
I see.
stuck at become operator for so long. When I was running a restaurant also,
Mm,
and now running real estate business also. I just operate by myself, doing everything by myself. Never pay myself enough. Um, but after this, I learned that it's not the way. Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. And this is what I share. Like, yeah. So
So
basically,
in, mm,
just you need to be a chess player, right? And think like a chess player. Even you running business or you work 9 to 5, you're making money, and then you have to save a percentage of that. So even I run a business, Tony Robbins said like you have to pay yourself. You're committed to paying yourself. So I committed to pay myself 20% of whatever my business make, right?
yes.
And then I adjust other things. So when I hire people, I have to really think like, do I have enough money to hire people, or I have to really increase sales to pay for this person and also pay myself. But pay myself is a priority. And because you pay yourself, you really have asset to do allocation and
Mm,
really to have a life. And when you want to stop working, that's it. Like nobody can force you to work. You have the investment taking care of you. um, or you know sometimes I know people have parents who get sick when they get older. So in our age, we 40, 30, then they're like 60, 70. Some people get sick, and if we keep working, we don't spend enough time with them or something.
mm,
We don't have income. But if we have money stashed away and invested, then we'll be like, okay, I can take like a year off, and it's
yeah,
gonna be okay.
yeah, that's cool to have the plan first, so you have freedom of time and money to do whatever you
Mm,
like, right?
yeah. How's business?
Business, last year is very tough,
Mm,
and commercial it take longer for the residential, and then the market is very competitive. Yeah, but I'm still survive.
good, good, good,
Yeah,
good. You're the survivor. So I go back to this. This is a newsletter I sent out recently about fire, and I don't know whether you're familiar with the fire movement. It's quite popular, right?
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, among the three type of fire, I think that the fat fire is worth doing
yeah.
because basically, like the other fire, you have to live in a very tight budget
Mm,
to be able to do that. And um, and break free from, selling time for money, because with barista fire, you kind of have like a part-time job, or like you have to do Fiverr or something, a side hustle to subsidize the lifestyle, living very minimal to not be working. So I think it's some people ask me like, okay, if you don't have any money, how can you gonna enter the investment world? And I say, okay, you have to really go to work, or be a wholesaler, be a realtor, do whatever to generate income, and then you can really save up and
Yeah.
and
So
and
the earlier you start, the better, because of the
yeah,
compound interest, the power of compound interest.
yes. So in this, I don't know whether you have this, but in this newsletter, have you read this one that I sent out? It's called Cash Flow Hackers New Weekly.
It's on your website, right? So okay.
Yeah, it's a website. It's a beehive, but it's a newsletter I sent out to email. So in order to aim for like $20,000 passive income per month,
You need to have
right?
4.8 million invest
Yeah,
and get
you need
5%
to.
return.
Yeah, exactly. So for that is stock, right? But I when you calculate syndication, so if syndication, you just need around 1.2 million over 5 years to generate the same income infinitely. And it works like this. So the first year you just save up enough, the amount that you want to be retired on, and then you just invest in syndication, $240,000. Second year you have to do the same. Third year the same. Fourth year the same. Fifth year the same. But year 6 is when you're gonna harvest. And in year 6, you get like $240,000 back, and then you get a profit of $240,000. Because in 5 years, it usually have 2x multiple. So it will come back with another 240,000. And then you reinvest the 240,000. So it will generate the same income for you on year 11. And then you use the 240,000 to spend for your life.
So you how is it in 5 years you get like 20% return?
Yeah, almost 20% return if you calculate annual
Okay.
average return. So, but most of the return will pay at the back end when the syndication deal is done. So when they exit the deal is when it's done. And then you can get like most of the return back. Over the years, you get like maybe 5% of like a dividend, 5%, just like stock. Yeah. Or even less, more than stock. Stock is less. So for this, you can hack it, right? You don't need to have like 4.8 or wait until you have $4.8 million in the stock market to get this amount of money and then say, okay, now I can, leave. But this is a cool way to hack it. And I saw
I
people did
understand
this.
the concept, but
Yeah.
it's, like I'm not sure about how warranty that can return 20% within 5 years, right?
So it will not. This is the theory, okay?
Yeah.
The theory and the average. So this is usually the average return. So almost private equity fund, I think the average is like 14.2% IRR. 14.2 for IRR is almost like 20% average annual return. So so that's why like when you put that in the pocket, you know that it's averagely gonna come back like this. Stock is around 9.9%.
But for
Stock
the
is around that.
for the normal person, it's really hard to save 240,000 a year to invest, because then they need to
Exactly.
they have
Yeah.
to make around like 30, I think like about $300,000 in order to save some. Because in the
Yeah.
normal family,
So this is a
average
kind of
year
like a
they
family.
spend around 60,000, right, for the normal
Yeah.
person to live. So they need to make more than $300,000 in order to invest
Yeah.
240,000.
Yeah. So it's like, you could be cash out in rental house, you could save stock, you could do whatever to the amount that you want to retire on. So if it's not $240,000, then maybe it's $120,000. So every month you have like kind of $10,000 to live on, right? But the amount that you save, you be able to save in 1 year, it decide the power to really retire. So when somebody say that, okay, I want to retire in 5 years, then they have to really know their number of
Yeah, I
like how
know.
much they want to retire on and how much they can save, right? It could be a journey of 10 years even. So somebody starting from, I don't know, $50,000 a year, they will have different journey. They will go to year 6 and they have like 100,000, right? And then when they go to year 11, they keep reinvesting. Then year 11, they have 200,000. And that's when they can be free. But it all depends on your lifestyle and what do you think you can live on. But having this, I think even you do business, it's peace of mind. You don't worry about business because you do
It is true.
what you like. Yeah.
You know exactly what the amount in what year, right? The money. You have the reason and you can plan it, you see it.
Yeah, you plan it, you see it, you can it's
Yeah.
not gonna be exactly 5 years, right? Some investment 3 years they exit. So my friends like the investment, almost all of them exit in year 4, like 4 years they exit already, and they kind of double the money for her in 3 years. So, but then that's the market good, and then you just keep going. And then sometimes the market slower. There's some investment, it's just year 6 they exit or something, but it's all kind of balance it out to the average like this, the average of 5 years, double 2x. So uh so that's why I think a lot of people don't know about this. And like a small business owner like me, like before, I think like when I become real millionaire, then I can invest in syndication, but it's not true. Like uh, uh I didn't know anyone, so I couldn't invest in any 506B before. But once you become a millionaire, once you have millions of dollars, then the whole syndication world should open to you. Everyone coming to you and said, "Oh, okay, you want to invest in oil and gas? You want to invest in dental practices? You want to invest in like you can invest in anything." But the return is kind of similar like this. Because if they cannot do this for the passive investor, then it's not worth it for them to do the deal. Yeah.
So in the syndication, there's the sponsor and the passive investor, right? So
Yeah.
what role you play?
So this is being passive.
Being
This
passive,
is
okay.
being passive investor. Like you don't do any work. So for me, I go in as passive investor, but I also form fund, right? So me, my partner, and all the investor that we all connected, and we go into syndication as a fund. So because you go in as a fund, you have a power of capital. So when capital gather, it has the power. If you bring into a deal $50,000, it's very different. But when you bring into one deal $5 million, you have the power to negotiate, and also you can choose the best deal to go into. when they know that you have capital, like all of them gonna try to compete for your capital. So
I see.
so that's you can choose the really good deal to go into instead of have to just invest in whatever, you know.
Yeah,
So yeah, yeah. And the fun word is uh another interesting thing because you can do apartment complex, you can do triple net, right? You can do so there's operators that really good in those areas or hotel, right? People that really good at doing hotel. Then I park my money with the people who's really good at it. So I don't have to go and run that hotel by myself. Like I hate running hotel anyway. I hate Airbnb.
But you didn't love it. You didn't love it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
teacher loves it.
It
I know,
depends
like
on
there's people
the
loves it.
personal taste, right? And
Hmm. Yeah, I know. I'm really bad at design. Like I'm really bad at like design a space for people to feel nice. I really don't care about color. Feel like I really don't.
but yeah,
But
each
there's people
people
that
has
like
their
it.
own perspective and the taste difference.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Uh,
yeah,
I did restaurant before. So when I do restaurant, it's like an experience of being a retail business. And you kind of have to satisfy everyone. Like the guests being unreasonable, okay, you have to like accommodate them and all that. And
yeah.
dealing with that every day is
So you
tough.
have to
But
please
there's
everyone.
people, yeah, you have to please everyone. Same with Airbnb. Like
Yeah, I saw your post yesterday. So you, so it's
it's really
right.
funny
Yeah,
because I'm gonna stop sharing or we're gonna chat, okay? So uh yes, I have this guest that comes stay for a month. And then the second day, he already complained, and in the middle of the night, he called us, say that the clock is like the lock is not working and all of that. And we saw he didn't even try second time to open the lock because we have camera. And then we told him to get the key to open the door because we have key in the lockbox and stuff the next day. And he keep complaining, and we say, oh, hey, we can give you full refund, just leave, like go find a better place, go to a hotel, whatever, go there, leave, don't
and don't want to live.
don't complain. He
Yeah.
didn't want to leave, and he keeps staying, and he said, oh, I can't wait to review your place, I can't wait to review your place on
It's
Airbnb. Yeah, he
no.
threatening us all the time, like for a whole month, and then he want to extend his stay with us.
Wow, that's crazy.
and and we're like, oh my God, I'm like, please don't extend. Like
So
I can't
Airbnb
host you now.
didn't do anything to help you at the house.
No, no, they don't. They don't. So that's why I think Airbnb at a point that like a lot of hosts will leave the platform. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because so tough and it's so time consuming.
yeah.
So my friend said that if you wanna remove a review or you wanna really fight for your right, you have to keep calling them, and they have really bad like customer service now
Wow.
for host. Yeah.
I think Airbnb at this moment, I feel like it's saturated already, right? A lot of people doing that, and like it's not like a
Yeah.
couple of years ago when it's still new and people start to
Mm-hmm.
book it. Because I heard lots of story when my friend hosted and with the guests too. Sometimes,
Mm.
so I think this if it's not family, if I travel like just by myself or just one or two people, it's better to book a hotel. It's more
Yeah.
convenient, right?
I honestly I should book Airbnb right now when it's like a really an experience, like a architecture feature magazine or like a
Mm,
really beautiful properties, right? Like a huge private mansion or something and worth it to book on Airbnb. But honestly, normal travel, I just book hotel.
yeah,
Like a
yeah, me
normal
too.
business, I just book hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you want to experience something really special or you travel with
Mhm.
family, you need a place for like a group of family, something like that. It's worth it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'd rather book hotel.
Yeah. You know what to expect too. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bed is comfy and all of that. Yeah.
Mm,
So still people other people don't know, and still people jumping into doing Airbnb. So I'm like, oh my God, so just
Yeah,
don't like stop.
yeah. When my friend tell me that she want to start an Airbnb, I say no.
No, don't do it.
Yeah, either midterm or long term is better. Midterm is for the travel nurse, for example. I have I'm in California. I have my ADU in the back of my house. For
Yeah.
travel nurse, it's better. So most of the
Mhm.
time they just go home to sleep. Then they'll
Yeah.
go work. They don't, and then the travel nurse, the hospitals screen them already. They have really good background, and we don't get to
Yeah.
worry about that.
Right. Yeah. Some of the Airbnb guests, they book my place for several months, but every month like their credit card is not working, and Airbnb say that payment couldn't be collected, and you have all the right to do whatever you want, and we don't have any responsibility.
It's irresponsible.
Yeah. So it's like, oh my God, like they book for 4 months, and then the second month they their credit card doesn't work, and we have to contact them, collect the rent, but everybody doesn't care. So
It's bad.
yeah, so that's why we're moving away from that. And
Have you talk about the senior care facility for people, just like assisted living?
yeah, so I heard
That's,
Nico talking about that too.
yeah,
And it's kind of like you have to establish a system. And my friend in Oklahoma does that. I know she's doing that, and she has like 2, 3
'cause
facilities
I
so far.
like a couple of months ago, I working with the company. They specialize in building those facility from
Hmm.
modular, just like mobile home.
Mobile home. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
they specialize in building facility used in the mobile home, so it's very fast and efficient. With according to like with the building code, they can build everywhere in US. They've
That's
been
like a
doing,
route of development, but like
yeah, ground up development, build from scratch.
modular,
Yeah, modular.
modular.
Yeah,
Mm,
they used to do
interesting.
build like normal building from brick and whatever, but they
Hmm.
start to shift into modular because it saves some time for them and faster. They build everything
Yeah,
at the manufacturer and then just pour on the modular into the right place and do it. They've been doing that for 30 years. Yeah,
wow, that's interesting. That's very
yeah,
nice. Yeah, that's something new. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm doing fun. That's why I'm like, I'm curious about different things people do, and try to find some people that like really good operation people. So they do their thing really well for a long
yeah,
time, and then we as a fund going in and place our money there. It's really safe.
yeah. That's
We
it.
feel safe. Yeah, yeah.
If you want to
Because
learn more, I can refer you to that because the company owner he partnered up with another company, just like a business partner that this company specialize in placing the staff for the
yeah.
facility. So they all,
Mm.
so
Hmm.
they combine it together. It's very good.
Yeah, so one is building and one is
And
like
one
do
is operating.
operation.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm. Makes sense. Yeah. Oh, racing you too. Oh,
yeah.
and
So yeah, I have another meeting at 10, so I need to leave now.
cool.
All right,
Yeah.
nice to
So
see
ending
you.
also nice talking to you. And yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we can
just
talk
gonna end.
more for your next meeting.
Okay, okay. Bye.
All
Bye,
right,
chị
bye, dear Wendy.
Wendy. Yeah.